Hi, my name is Sean.
And I'm Nicole.
And we are the Cajun Nomads. Small spaces are getting to us in a big way. Why are you so angry about it, though?
Because you always couldn't get me off.
So in full disclosure, we did have our first fight in the RV.
We absolutely did, and we will show it to you later in this video. So let me break it down a little bit. We were living in a 3,300 square foot house.
Yes.
So we had a lot of space.
Yes, we each had about 1,100 square feet of living individually. And so now we've come down to about, what, 200 square feet?
Under 250. So that would be the equivalent of basically moving into our master bath and closet space that we had at the house. And so I don't know how that would work out for you, but if you were to move into your closet today or your master
bathroom,
yeah, it definitely creates new challenges. Yeah, we'll call it challenges.
Yeah,
that's right.
We'll call it challenges. So we're trying to adjust. So we've been recording some footage over the last couple of weeks just to kind of show you our processes as we've come down from living in a larger space to a smaller space.
It's been awesome. No problem.
Almost all the time it's been awesome.
So one of the things that we realized right off the jump was that what your first plans are don't always work out quite like you think they will.
Right. Yeah, your first plans, your second plan, and third plan might not work out what you think it is. So one of the things we noticed is that how we packed the RV up is not working for us very well.
Yeah, when you're brand new at something, you have no idea the challenges that you're going to face or even the functionality of what you thought it would be like when you first started.
Yeah, I think too, one of the mistakes we made is that we packed it like we were going to go on vacation. Because we had done several trips in the RV, and so we kind of thought that out. We even actually took measurements of every cabinet, decided before we packed it where we were going to put things, and then we
And you know why? Because we saw other YouTubers do that.
Yeah, well, and I like to plan. I like to think it out before I do it and execute it.
It seemed like the right thing to do at the moment.
Yes, but it didn't really work out completely well. So when you're living in something versus going on a trip, there's a whole lot of different things you need to do.
All right, so we're 5 days into the trip of our new journey, and we've already realized that we have to reorganize. You get an idea of how you think everything's going to work when you get out there, but sometimes it's not until you actually get out on the road that you start to realize that you need to do a redo. You need to rethink it. So you can see all of our stuff is out. We are repositioning where maybe some pots go, where our clothes goes. We've used these boxes that you can get at Target, places like that. That's been very, very effective. However, and they do fit great in the cabinets, but then you have to reach up and get them. And of course, if you're not very tall, that could be a challenge, and you're having to step on couches and the chairs. So a little bit of reorganizing where Nicole's clothes will go versus mine, and then reorganizing this to where it's only the items further back that we don't use all the time. And then of course, the stuff we need, easy access and still look attractive. It's kind of our goal and desire. But anyway, so this is repacking, or packing number 2. The other thing we learned through this process is everything needs to have a place when you're in a small space.
Exactly. I know when my kids were little, I would have tidy time every day, and we would at 5 o'clock we would clean up for the end of the day.
Didn't you have a song for that?
I'm not singing the song, but we did, and so we did that. But in a small space, you don't have tidy time. It needs to be tidy all the time.
Yeah. That's right. Not tidy time, tidy all the time. Because one or two items left out can feel like everything has been left out. And that begins to kind of weigh on your nerves, especially if you're used to having a lot of space where it didn't bother you before.
Right. It makes you feel like the walls are coming in.
Yes. So needless to say, there has been a learning curve in learning to live in a small space, from packing, repacking, to learning how to not keep our junk everywhere. But we've also learned that in a small space, how can I put this? Tempers can rise very quickly. In fact, we were practicing social distancing before it became popular as a result of a little disagreement that she and I had. I would say it was a little disagreement.
I would say it was a big disagreement in a small space.
I think she over-exaggerates what happened. And honestly, we weren't filming it, but we did decide to do a reenactment so you could see from our perspective, each of our perspective, what actually took place.
Okay, so this is what happened. He was getting himself ready in the bathroom with the door closed. I was cleaning up the RV so we could have a tidy space, a good environment, and I was hanging up his coat in this closet. So as I'm hanging it up, he decides to come out of the bathroom and he hits this door. And I say, wait. And so he does not wait. He keeps coming, and I am hanging from the closet by my arm. He could have severed my arm. And so I'm like, seriously, what are you doing? And he's like, you're so beautiful. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're gonna cut my arm off. And so that's what happened.
Okay, guys, this is what really happened. And look, I don't think anybody would ever watch that video and think that she exaggerates. No. Here's what really happened. I'm in here getting ready, trying to get ready for the day. She's somewhere, to my knowledge, nowhere near this door. I don't hear her. I've been blow drying my hair. I come out ever so politely. And I'm like, oh, excuse me, babe. And she's like, Sean, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm just coming out. I'm like, babe, you look beautiful. You look great today. And all of a sudden, my nice, sweet Cajun wife got spicy on me and lost her ever-loving mind. And all I was trying to do was come out of the bathroom. That's all that happened. That's all that I did.
Okay, so I didn't really believe he was going to sever my arm, but it did not happen like he said it happened at all.
Guys, the video speaks for itself. What you saw was truth revealed.
News.
Truth
Fake
revealed,
news.
okay? Anyway, that's not important. What's important is we both made it through it. Her arm is not severed.
We're still together.
And her arm is not
I have my
severed.
arm.
And I did not sever or even come close to severing her arm. That's what's important today.
And he did not wait to stay in the bathroom.
Here's the good news. There's always great takeaways from moments like that.
Yeah, the first thing is be patient. You are going to bump into one another in a small space. When you come from a larger setting and you're kind of confined to an area for a little while with other people, you're going to walk all over each other and kind of bump into each other more than you want. So just be patient, make sure you communicate well, and then try to respect one another's space.
Absolutely. And the other thing is a scripture that we love, and we've tried to practice in the course of our, 28 years of marriage, is this. It says in the Bible, it says this. It's a great passage. It says, a soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous words stir up anger. In those moments, it becomes so easy to just react without thinking about what you're getting ready to say. It's not as though you can say it and walk across the house to the other side of the home.
No.
When you say it, you're right there together. So it really should be a time where you go, hey, let's think about how we're communicating. How can we communicate effectively? And how can we be gentle? And I told her she looked beautiful, but I didn't say it in an opportune time.
Right. And tone may matter. I think you watch your tone.
Yeah.
You be kind. You be gentle. A gentle answer turns away wrath.
A soft. Anyway, our fight was not that bad, but it's easy for these moments to catch you by surprise. The truth of the matter is, when you're living in smaller spaces together, or maybe you're in small spaces for a prolonged period of time, even in a home where you're being forced to be together longer than you might normally be, kind of like the season we're in right now, it's easy for temperatures to rise and for you to say or do things that you would never mean to in another setting. And that's why I think the Bible was so wise when it made this statement. A soft answer turns away wrath, but grievous or angry words stir up anger. I want you to ask yourself, are you the kind of person that immediately lashes out when something doesn't go your way? And then you only to think about it later and go, man, I should have never said that. Or are you a person who thinks about what you say and how you're going to say it before you do? Listen, I learned through this process that even if you tell your wife, you're beautiful, if you say it at the wrong time, it's still not good. The truth is, it's not just what you say, it's how you say what you say, and it's saying it at a time that the hearer can be benefited by it. They're nurtured by it. I want to encourage you in this time of a little bit of chaos, why don't you think about how you talk to each other? Why don't you consider the other person and maybe what they're going through? This is a great season for us to bring our best self out. So even in difficult times where people are in confined places, maybe you're not able to go on the vacation you were looking for, spring break, whatever it is, there is so many good things you can explore at home, in your local city, in the outdoors, or just with each other, the people that you love and that love you. And so listen, it's going to be okay. You're in our prayers, you're in our thoughts, and until next time, let the good times roll.